This is June 5th, 2020. I'm continuing with my reading letters to home from Vietnam while I was in the military. And as you may have remember in the past, my parents saw far enough ahead to know that I might be interested in what I said when I was in Vietnam. So they saved all these letters so that I could read them later. And that's what I'm doing. So this little series on YouTube is just a little history of what I went through in my military career. It gives a little background of what it was like behind the lines in Vietnam. So here we go. Dear Mom and Dad, this is 19th of August, 66. Dear Mom and Dad, I don't know if I've thanked you for the second tape from the radio or not, but thank you very much for it. All of us in our section of the tent like to hear it. I'm looking forward to getting more like it. My rain suit arrived the other day and it fits just fine. I haven't had to use it yet, but it won't be long before I will. This morning I got the book you sent. It came real fast considering it came 4th class mail. I will read it and tell you what I think of it. Thank you for sending it to me. 4 of the boys, I am one of them, in our tent are each pitching in $30 each to buy a small refrigerator for the tent. We were having it sent from the States. I suggested that we try to get it from Japan because it would cost about half as much, but they want to get it right away and they already have the connection to get it in the States. Another group of boys in another tent got one yesterday, and this prompted us to get one too. It held 33 soft drinks cans and it made 2 trays of ice. It is small enough to be airmailed. I hope I get my money's worth out of it. There's something that I need that I wish you would send me. I need a 2-plug socket that I can secure to a 2x4 stud like this. There's a picture of it right there. Drawing. We are lacking in electrical outlets. I can get wire, I can get a light bulb socket too. We now have 2 assistants in the office. When Chaplain Brown left the 87th Battalion, he left without getting a replacement. His assistant left soon after and was replaced by Zatochil from Colorado. Z did not have a chaplain for about a month. Now he is a Protestant, so the Army sent down a Catholic chaplain who wanted a Catholic assistant. So Z is being displaced by an assistant from the post chapel. So now we split the duties down here. What's half of 0? Oh well, at least I will have someone to talk to. It is getting hotter and hotter now, usually 108 in the tent at noon. I hope it doesn't get any hotter. In September, it will cool off with rain and I shall go on R&R to get away from it all. That's all I can think of right now. How about more car mags? Thanks again for everything. Love, Donnie. August 22nd, 1966. Dear Mom and Dad, I got your 5-inch tape last night and played it on the chaplain's tape recorder. I really enjoyed it very much. It makes me feel good to hear your voices again. It is very interesting tape because so many people talk on it. It was real good to hear Uncle Bob's voice and also to hear Gene and Johnny. It would be good to come home and have Gene and Johnny there to greet me. I'm looking forward to that day. Do you want me to save this tape? I think you mentioned before that I should, so I will wait for official word. The reason I didn't send any empty reels with the 3,600 feet of tape was because they didn't have any at the time. And now I'm broke, but as soon as I get some money, I will send about a dozen or 2. I'm going to buy a tape recorder in Japan, so we can dispense with the 3-inch reels soon anyway. I'm going to get a 4-track stereo job of some sort. Is your Westinghouse a stereo playback type? It won't make any difference if it is. Can you get a small brochure on your unit to send to me? I would appreciate it. I need your account, or I read your account of the Mexico trip with interest. The Ulrichs have been planning and talking about going to that same little town for a long time. I don't know if they ever made it there yet or not. I would like to make that trip after I get out of the Army in '67. I've been in the Army now for 11 months and 13 more to go. I bet you got some good pictures with your camera, and I can't wait to see them. Speaking of pictures, I bought another camera for myself. Before I tell you about it, I'll first tell you that there are some of the most beautiful beaches in the world right here on this peninsula. The water is extremely clear and beautiful tropical fish abound in these waters. Some of the men have been going to the beaches on Sunday, but I couldn't because I had to work. They came back telling of the beautiful sights they saw underwater skin diving. The coral you find here is beautiful, with red, yellow, and green dominating. These places would make beautiful pictures to take home. Also, this weather around here with dust and sand, rain, and mud abounding is very hard on any camera equipment. My Zeiss already quit working. The ideal camera for here would be an underwater, sealed from dirt, sand, water, dust, and pressure-proofed camera. Well, I bought one. It is a Nikonos camera, which is water and pressure-proof as far down as a skin diver can go, as well as being dust-proof and sand-proof. It can be used just like the ordinary camera out of the water, and then use a standard 35mm film. It is made by the manufacturer of the Nikon camera, and it cost me $63, which I paid for with a check. I already took several underwater shots yesterday around the South China Sea. I will have to get a few accessories if I plan to use it underwater a lot, such as filters, underwater viewfinder. You should be able to find an ad on Nikonos in any number of magazines. There was one in Life a couple of weeks ago, I think. I'll let you know how the pictures come out. We heard today that some lady predicts that Cameron Bay will be blown up in September. I was wondering if you heard the same thing or not. Well, don't worry about it, but it does sound kooky. It's sort of got everybody shook up around here, but I'm sure everything will be okay. I will try to make a tape soon and get it home to you in about 3 weeks. We will start getting wind and rain around here. Maybe I will get some good use out of my rain suit. I hope I can use it when I get back to the U.S. That's all I have for now, and I will write again soon. Love, Donnie. August 66. Dear Mom and Dad. Enclosed is a Polaroid photo of me and the chaplain. It was taken in front of the Micah Monastery. While driving around yesterday, we looked a little seedy after driving in the dust all day. Yesterday morning, we went out to a fertile valley, the one I flew over in the Civic Action Recon about a month ago. We took our weapons, but nothing happened. This afternoon, we are taking a load of Civic Action food and soap and stuff over to Bangui across the bay. We have been real busy these past few weeks with hardly a moment's rest. The deal about the extra chaplain is better, but not completely solved yet. We will end up with 2 excess assistants, so I'll have to work hard to keep from becoming an excess myself. I found out today that my R&R will be from September 21st until the 26th of September. So we need the money in my account before then. I hope this is right. Dad, you want an electronic flash for your camera as well as a wide-angle lens. Is there anything else? And Mom, you want 25 yards of silk, and I don't know what else, so let me know. Jean wants some silk also. I'm going to price sewing machines for Janet, for I can get one for half of what she would pay in Denver. I haven't decided what I want as yet. Please let me know how you are adding to my account, how much you are adding to my account, so I'll know how much I can spend. Thanks a lot. I will be expecting to hear from you very soon. Love, Donnie. You can see there I'm turning into a little consumer, which is neither here nor bad, but I was trying to take advantage. There's a fly in my ear. Trying to take advantage of the situation, and if I could buy some goods, make it worth my while. This one's to Dad, 28th August, 66. I don't know why Mom's not on here, but Dad's here. I received your letter dated the 22nd of August, which on the 26th, but I haven't gotten Mother's yet. I received a tape today, but I haven't listened to it yet. Please save the 3,600 foot roll of tape and record some of the records Charlie brings over and send it to me in one piece. I'm going to buy a recorder in Japan and can play it when I come home. In the meantime, the cheaper tape will be better. Does your recorder record stereo? Mine will be a 4-track stereo unit, but I will be able to tell you more after I get it. I will get you a 35mm wide-angle lens for the Topcon. I'll also look at 200mm and get it if they aren't too much. You wouldn't mind a preset lens, would you? It would be a lot cheaper. Electronic flashes are cheap, so I'll get one for both of us. $450 should be enough for me, at least I hope so. Some of the things I want are tape recorder, single lens reflex camera, zoom lens, wide angle lens, accessories, a movie camera, zoom, Super 8, electronic flash. I will get your things first though. Do you want a lens shade? I will get you one anyway. Let me know if you want anything else. I just came back from listening to the tape I just got. It was Charlie and Don. That's Charlie Ulrich and Don Van Arstel. They were my best friends back in high school and at that age. It's real good to hear their voices again. I will send Charlie a tape tonight and tell him to bring over to listen to you on your recorder. Yesterday, one of our planes crashed, injuring our Colonel Starnes and 2 others. The fire afterwards destroyed the plane. Luckily, no one was killed. The men are still in the hospital recovering from burns. Yesterday was an especially trying day for group headquarters. Today has been slow. I'm supposed to be able to send my tapes home free now, but I don't know for sure as yet. Got a letter from Janet Stevenson today. She is trying to go to Europe. Love, Donnie. Don't know who that is. The name sounds familiar, but I can't replace who it is. August 28th. Dear Gene and Johnny, it's my brother-in-law and sister. Thank you for the picture of Mom and Dad and Jana. They both look so good and the baby looks real cute. I can't wait to see her in person. I will use your suggestion and try to stay in fellowship more and more. I realize that it is a moment-to-moment walk, but it's so easy to get distracted over here. But I will try to sit down somewhere and pray about it to God. I haven't figured out the chaplain as yet, as we have only had one religious discussion since I've been here. He is Lutheran and once told me that he has given up hope of evangelism in the Army because he can't please everybody. He thinks that the sudden conversion of a person is emotional only and doesn't last. He believes in infant baptism as a saving power. And although he likes Billy Graham, he believes that his work is all in vain. He seems to have a more intellectual approach to religion than we do. Any verse I mention, he says that I'm using it out of context. So I gave up there. He is apparently not interested in a Bible study group, and I don't know any Christians as yet. We have a few regulars every Sunday at chapel, and I guess they would be my best bet. I will let you know what happens. We had a bad day here yesterday. Our colonel and 3 other officers had a plane crash while trying to take off from Phan Thiet Airport. The plane lost power on takeoff, and the pilot tried to turn back to the field, but couldn't make it and crashed in a rice paddy and burned. 3 of the men were burned. The pilot seriously. One major made it out okay, was back to group last night to tell us all the details. The other is in the Nha Trang hospital. As you can imagine, things were a little shaky around here yesterday because we heard about the crash, but not about the condition of the colonel. The XO took temporary command today. I recently brought an underwater camera for use while skin diving near base on the South China Sea. There are some beautiful reefs and caves around that are conducive to skin diving or snorkeling. I got my orders yesterday for my R&R to Japan. I will look for some silk there unless you want Vietnamese silk in particular. I will be leaving on R&R about the 20th of September and we'll come back on the 27th. We will have a marvelous time. Ralph Vacula is going the same day, so we will stay together. We both want to shop around. I'll write and tell you all about my trip when I get back. I finally heard the tape you two made in Norfolk when Mom and Dad were there. I really enjoyed it. And the first chance I get, I will listen to it again. That's all I have from here. See you in April. Love, Donnie. Yeah, that crash must have really shook up the troops. And I vaguely remember it because one of the most dramatic things that happened while we were there. And things happen. That's what happens. This is August 30th, 1966. Dear Dad, in the mail, you should receive a package containing 3 boxes of exposed film. Since I have no facilities to develop these here, please have them developed for me and send them right back to me. The 16 millimeter print should be normal print size, while the 35 millimeter roll, I want 5x7 size. All should be 1 print each. Please add the cost of what I already owe you. If the 35 millimeter roll comes out okay, you will notice several underwater shots. I took these last Sunday at the Ammo Beach near here on the South China Sea. Most of the shots are of fish and coral formations. One picture is of a large ray we saw. I was using a snorkel while some of the others were using scuba gear we borrowed from Vanel Corporation, the people who are putting in the power plants here. The place where the pictures were taken at one end of a small bay where a small reef has built up. It is easy to find shells at this place. And I did a little, you may be able to see that. Did a little drawing. Yeah, I'll hold that up for a minute, but it was just to kind of show where we were along the beach there. When the tide is low, the reef is exposed, but when it's high, you can swim right over it and look for shells. I will get some color film next time I go out and get some beautiful shots. The coral is just fantastic, almost unbelievable in its beauty. The place where we were is fairly safe from sharks, but we always keep alert. While there, we caught 10 lobsters and brought them back and cooked them and ate them. They were delicious. I'm sorry I'm not in any of these pictures, but next time I will make sure I am. If you get a chance, show them to Charlie and Don. I haven't gotten Mom's letter or goodie boxes yet. Tomorrow's payday and I will keep the money for the trip. I'm also going to get September pay early to make sure enough for the trip. I am anxious to get out of here and soon. More details later. My tape was pretty crummy, huh? I guess the recorder goofed up. Oh well, my last piece of mail was the tape of Charlie and Don. Maybe I will get some tonight. Colonel's still in the hospital recovering nicely. I still want to get some radio tapes if it isn't too much trouble. I will send some more 5mm Mylar if you can use it. Enclosed you will find a list of songs I would like to hear if possible. Maybe you could check with the local disc jockey and have him record it for you. Gotta go. Bye. Love, Donnie. So that's the end of August, and of course, moving to September is my R&R time. And the next episode will contain some of that history of what I did in Japan, and some interesting stuff happened. I believe we were there during a typhoon. So it was quite a trip. The whole experience in Vietnam was something else, and it was actually very good. Of course, you don't remember all the bad stuff, except I wrote it down. So stay tuned. Please share and like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. These are getting more and more interesting as we go along, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.